Recorded Books presents an unabridged recording of Sacred is the Wind by Kerry Newcomb, narrated by Bradbury. This book is copyrighted 1985 by Kerry Newcomb. This recording is copyrighted 2006 by Recorded Books. Exiled from his tribe as they're leaving their ancestral ways behind, Panther Burn saw his people become slaves and knew he'd inevitably found war. For Jubal Bragg, scarred by the Indian ambush, he's led his vicious frontier militia into Castle Rock, knowing full well that killing was at hand. As two cultures clash, an epic struggle has begun. And now, Sacred is the Wind.
Prologue. March 1865, Montana Territory. No dreams, only silence of the heart. No song, only waiting. Storms raging over Spirit Mountain. North winds whipped into a tempest, spinning down from the bitter roots where eagles roost in the crevices of the Great Divide. North wind, new wind, bringing rain to the forests below Spirit Mountain and the village of the Morning Star people who claimed the mountain as their own. The mountain, not the Mayan dwelling there, for who can claim the spirits? Men can only do their best, can only lift their hearts in prayer and raise their voices to be carried off by the wind. It is for men and women to tread the paths of their days beneath the ghostly scrutiny of the Mayan and the love of the All-Father, the Great Spirit, the beginning and the end. In the last days of the buffalo, in the last days of the horse, Panther Burn had done his best, and it hadn't been enough. His features bunched in concentration as he tried to keep the faces of his friends from returning to his mind. "Tana estese," he muttered. "Go away. Go away." He turned on his side and dug his shoulder into the bulrush mattress from which he hadn't moved for the past hour, ever since his father had sent him here to await the verdict of the council. He sighed, deeply, almost a moan. He glanced up at the entrance to the tepee. Steps sounded. Panther Burn propped himself on the backrest of willow shoots, waiting for the rawhide flap to be pushed back and the tall, lean length of Yellow Eagle, his father, to scramble through. The coals crackled, popped, sent an ember arcing toward him. He caught the glowing morsel and, ignoring the pain, extinguished it in his palm. He listened as a shadow fell across the entrance, hesitated, then glided past. The footsteps faded. It might have been his mother. The crescent moon would never have shamed her son by entering and offering again the venison stew both her husband and Panther Burn had earlier refused. This was not a time for full bellies. Not when elsewhere in the camp another mother mourned her dead sons. Panther Burn dropped the spent coal from his hand. There was an irregular crimson patch of burned flesh in the center of his palm, but the pain was nothing compared to the hurt within his heart. Blood trickled toward his fingers. He wiped his hands on his buckskin shirt, the one his mother had made him before he left on the hunt. A warrior's shirt, he had thought then, as now. Only now he would have torn it from his body if it weren't for causing his mother grief. And one mother grieving in the camp was enough. All because of him, his pride, his honor. It began with a hawk. It was a sprawling land of emerald meadows in those days, a lovely cloud-swept land, a killing ground, a realm of beauty and death. Nothing stirred among the deep, thick stands of pine, no glimpse of movement save over all the sudden swift shadow of a hawk. The cry of the hawk rang out over the rolling landscape to dash against the absorkes in their snow-capped granite robes of silence. The shrill cry returned in a succession of ghostly echoes. It is said that among the craggy battlements with
Sample complete. Ready to continue?